Today, I want to talk about the most recent Warcom article that we got. This article previews the next White Dwarf and basically might give us a little hint at what's going to happen with Kill Team releases moving forwards. Just to get everybody on the same page, essentially, Shadowhunt is up for pre-order right now, which means that the timeline we were given quite some time ago, when it leaked, obviously when Shadowhunt itself leaked, has essentially run its course. What this means, based on previous release cycles, is that we are still in the dark about two, at a minimum, of the possible releases for the rest of this season, or this sort of a slot, if you will, of Kill Team. This is all prior to the October-November release for the next season, where the next kill zone is dropped and stuff like that. If you would like to get a better understanding of how the Kill Team release cycles work, as well as what might be coming next year, I'll put a video link in the description above. But that's not what we're talking about today. What we're talking about today is the next issue of White Dwarf, which is themed all around skirmish level wargaming, and it has articles for a few of their games. Unfortunately, not Warcry. Warcry's just been left for dead, I think, apparently. Specifically related to Kill Team and White Dwarf articles, usually based on previous precedents, this is going to turn out to be like one of two things, essentially. A, it's going to be some sort of narrative supplement. These are usually things that aren't adopted by the wider competitive Kill Team community and generally don't have much of an impact on the wider game. Or B, it could be actual rules for Kill Team that we can use in competitive play and will be more widely adopted by the general community. We've got the Space Marine operations missions, which are essentially narrative cooperative missions. Fill in slot A. I don't know if we're going to get two slot A's, which is probably the most likely thing. I feel like we're probably just going to get another half-baked article which covers narrative content or something like that. But the alternative is we get some Kill Team rules snuck in. However, if you're new to the game, you might not understand what I mean when I say White Dwarf teams. A little while ago, when Kill Team first came out, it didn't used to enjoy the production economy that it does now. It didn't have all the bespoke teams being released for the game. And to get around that, the developers released a lot of teams via White Dwarf articles. And these teams usually didn't provide any extra models, but they did provide rules for existing miniatures in the wider 40k range. So you might be asking the question, why am I all of a sudden enamored with the idea of getting some White Dwarf Kill Teams? And basically it's because we've kind of got this gap, this unknown at the moment, at the end of the current release timeline, as well as a sort of recurring rumour that's floating around pretty heavily in the wider sort of 40k space about the starter set for 40k currently being in production and taking up a lot of the production economy in the factories in Nottingham. These two things combined mean that a White Dwarf release for Kill Team will get around possible production economy issues, as well as the gap that we're about to look at before the next season of Kill Team kicks in October, November. This would be a way for them to get around the production issues that the 40k starter set are creating within the factory, while still giving the Kill Team community the sort of regular release churn that we're used to, essentially. Another thing, if we look at some of the most recent releases, for example, the Red Corsair Raiders, they almost look like a bespoke Kill Team in their own right. You have like a head taker analogy, you have a like a gunslinger pistolero dude, you have like ready-made specialists in those squads. So I think they would be missing a trick not to drop a White Dwarf article giving those guys rules if they weren't going to give us, boxes to tide us over till the October-November release. So at this point, I kind of need your help. I'm a little bit out of touch with like wider 40k now because I've been playing Kill Team exclusively now for well over a year. But which big 40k units do you think would be the most sort of beneficial, would be the most interesting to drop into Kill Team? Drop that stuff in the comments below. And if you want to help the channel grow, please like and subscribe.